Good afternoon, class. Welcome to Chapter 5.1, Writing Linear Equations in Slope-Intercept Form. So, we just finished Chapter 4, talked about slope-intercept form, and we're working on it again. So, another chapter of seeing slope-intercept form. So, y equals mx plus b. In the equation, m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Recall, this is the important part for this chapter, recall that the y-intercept is the y-coordinate of the point where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay, so if we had a line, okay, this point right here would be RB, right here, where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, that is RB. So, write an equation of a line whose slope m is -2 and whose y-intercept b is 5. So remember, slope, y-intercept, and basically you're just substituting these points in. So y equals, my m is -2 and my b is 5. Okay, so that's all they're asking you to do. And the first couple problems. Now write an equation of a line with ordered pairs 2, 0 and 0, -4. So now if we think about this, look at 2, 0 and 0, -4. We have to say, be able to write it in slope-intercept form, we are missing our m. But we can find our m when we're given 2 points. So, -4 minus 0 and 0 minus 2 equals -4 over -2, which equals a +2. So if you think about where, just for example here in 1 second, if you think about where 2, 0 is, okay, and you think about where -0, -4 is, it's right here. So you know it's going to be a positive line and we have a positive slope. So that works out. Also, so we can start writing this y equals 2x. Now we need our b. Well, one of the points gives us our b, and we can see that by our drawing as well. We know this line will cross at -4. So y equals 2x minus 4. Okay, so at first they may give you your m and your b and you plug it into the equation. If they don't give you your b, okay, like this right here in this problem, more than likely the ordered pair will give you the b, so then you use that. Later on in this chapter, both ordered pairs won't give you the b, and we'll talk about how you figure that out, but in this section they will give you that. Real life situations, your guys' favorite story problems. So in 1990, California had a population of about 29.76 million. During the next 15 years, the state's population was expected to increase by an average of about 0.31 million people per year. So I underlined increase because it's very important, because increase is going to talk about our m, our slope. Okay? Now, in 1990, the population of California was about 29.76 million. So I have this quadrant 1 down here, and all of our information is just going to be in quadrant 1. So down here at the bottom, we're going to label this T, and I'm going to use T for years. Okay? And I'm going to use the y-axis for population. Okay? So let's look at the questions that it's asking us. Write a linear equation to approximate the expected population of California in any year given, or any year between 1990 and 2005. So from the information we're given, we have to be able to figure that out. So let's look. So what this is asking us is write a linear equation. It's telling us we need to write a y equals mx plus b that will tell us any year that we want to find what the population was. So we know that, going back to our graph, we're kind of working in two spots at once to help us figure this out. This right here, the 0 here, is going to be 1990 because that gave us the information during that time period. So we know that this 29.76 is going to be our B. This is our starting point, guys, because that's where we're starting with the data. Now, it increases at an average of about 0.31 million per year. Per year. When we see that, we automatically know that that is our M. Okay, we know it increases, we know it's going to be positive, and it goes up per year 0.31 million. So write this in an equation: y equals 0.31 x plus 29.76 million. So we know that, let's say we went by tens here. So we know that in 1990 we had about 29.76 million. So we know if it goes up just 0.31, okay, we'll be over, let's say over 30 million. So here, this next line right here would be 1991. And that would go up just a little bit over 30 right here. So our line is going in this direction. It is increasing right here. And again, it's a ray. Okay, remember the population, we're not talking about negative years here. So it's just in quadrant 1. So here is our information. It increases at a rate of 0.31. And we know that we started in 1990 with the population of being 29.76 million. So use the equation to predict the population in 2005. Now, I'm not using the number 2005 to plug in for X. I'm going to use 2005 as a number. So in 1990, we're going to use that as 0. In 1991, we're going to use that as 1. In 1992, we're going to use that as 2. 1993, we're going to use that as 3. 1994, we're going to use that as 4. And so we'll keep going, and you'll see that in 2005. So if we think about from the year 1990 to 2005, that is 15 years. So what that's asking us to do is to predict, is we're going to use the equation that we created to figure that out. So we're going to plug that 15 in there. So when you plug that in, you get, and solve it all out, you get about 34.41 million. Okay, so we know that California in 2005 had a population about 34.4 million people. Okay, so I could show that on the graph if I went to 15. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is 2005 right here. Now my line goes a little too, it increases too fast probably. So because if it's 34 million, it's going to be a little bit more on a steady path like this. That's even a little too high too, but I think you get the point. So again, story problems, they always correlate, always go along with what we're learning. So y equals mx plus b is what we're talking about. So we got to look at what it is per year. Okay, what is it per year? Or they may give you a different rate, a different label, but per is a key word that tells you that we're talking about slope. And then you'll have to find the starting point b. Okay? So here's your homework. You write an equation of a line with ordered pairs, -2, 0, and 0, -1. So that's homework number 1. Number 2, the number of trout in a lake was estimated to be 44.5 thousand in 1995. During the next 10 years, the trout population is expected to increase by about 3.2 thousand per year. So first you're going to write an equation to model this in y equals mx plus b form, and then predict the trout population in 2002. So again, in 1995, use that as the year 0, and think about what 2002 should be. So you plug that number in for x, okay, to figure out what that population will be in 2002. Okay? Also, another question. A mosquito population is currently estimated at 27.8 million mosquitoes per mile squared. A spraying program will decrease, right, the key words again, the number of mosquitoes by about 1.8 million mosquitoes per mile squared, every hour for the first 12 hours. Okay? So write an equation to model it and predict the mosquito population 5 hours after the spraying. Okay? So that's your homework assignment. Don't worry. Look back in your book or email me if you have any questions about story problems. It's always good if they ask you to make a graph. Make sure you make a graph, okay, to represent what we're talking about. Okay? In your answer, I didn't write it in a sentence, but your answer should be in a sentence form. So in 2005, the state of California had a population of 34.41 million people. Okay, so think about writing a sentence down for the trout question and also the mosquito question here. Okay? Alright, if you have any questions, let me know. Hope you have a wonderful night, and I'll see you on Friday.